Once upon a time, there was a small town in the middle of nowhere called Silver Creek. With a population of only 5,000 inhabitants, life was peaceful and quiet. However, that changed when a series of mysterious events began to occur. It all began with the disappearance of a young woman named Sarah. She had just graduated from high school and was planning to go to college, but one day she simply vanished without a trace. The local police did everything they could to find any clues, but they found nothing. The community was in shock and the sense of fear began to spread. Shortly after Sarah's disappearance, strange things began to happen in the town. Streetlights flickered at night, windows broke without explanation, and people began to report sightings of a strange, shadowy figure that wandered the streets at night. People were afraid, and the police couldn't find any leads. That's when a private investigator named Jack arrived in town. He had a reputation for solving difficult cases and was hired by the families of the missing victims. Jack began to investigate deeply and soon discovered that all the victims had something in common. They had all been last seen near an old abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. He decided to investigate the mansion and found a series of disturbing evidence. He discovered that the mansion had been built in the early 20th century by a wealthy magnate who had mysteriously disappeared with his entire family. The mansion had been left empty since then, but Jack found out that it had recently been occupied by a group of strange people. He began to watch the mansion and noticed that the people entered and exited frequently, but never in daylight. Jack decided to investigate further and discovered that the group was involved in satanic rituals and were planning a big event for the following night. Jack ran to the police to alert them, but found out that they were involved in corruption and refused to act. He was alone in this mission and knew that time was running out. He decided to enter the mansion alone to stop the ritual and save the town. As he entered the mansion, he discovered that the group was performing a human sacrifice ritual. He fought with the members of the group, but was captured and tied up. When all seemed lost, a mysterious force took over the house and began attacking the members of the group. Jack managed to escape while chaos took over the house and ran outside. He looked back and saw the house in flames, but he knew that the town was safe now. He returned to the town and told everyone what he had discovered and how he had managed to stop the macabre ritual. People were shocked, but also grateful to Jack for risking his life to save them. The investigations continued and more people were arrested and brought to justice. The city returned to its peaceful routine, but would never forget the macabre events that had occurred. Jack, on the other hand, was marked by what he had seen that night. He decided to leave his life as a private investigator and move to Silver Creek to start anew. He settled in Silver Creek and became one of the most active members of the community. He worked hard to help rebuild the city and gained the respect and admiration of all. However, he never forgot what happened that night. He knew that evil still existed in the world and that he needed to always be ready to face it. He never had a case as scary as that again, but he always remained vigilant. The city of Silver Creek is now a better place thanks to Jack's heroic act. People will never forget what happened that night, but they will also never forget how Jack saved their lives. He became a legend in the city, a symbol of courage and justice. And even though evil still exists, people know that as long as Jack is around, they will be safe.